Today we're looking at the problem. Function f is defined by f of x equals negative a to the x plus b, where a and b are constants. In the xy plane, the graph of y equals f of x minus 15 has a y-intercept at 0, negative 99/7. The product of a and b is 65/7. What is the value of a? This is a pretty complex problem. It has a lot of different things going on, but it has some things that we can tackle right away. So the first thing we know is that f of x equals negative a to the x plus b. But then we're given another function where y equals that original function minus 15. And for this value, we know the y-intercept. The nice thing about y-intercept is it gives us an x value and a y value. So we're going to kind of think about that. So y is really the same as, rather than writing f of x, we're going to plug that value in and write negative a to the x plus b minus 15. Now this value has a y-intercept at the point 0, negative 99/7. So our y value is negative 99/7 equals negative a to the 0 plus b minus 15. Now this is helpful because we know any value to the 0 is just 1. So this becomes negative 99/7 equals negative 1 plus b minus 15. Now you might be wondering why become negative 1. Only the a is to the 0. And the reason I know only the a is 0 is there's no parentheses around that negative, kind of binding it to the a. So a to the 0 becomes 1, but the negative stays. So it becomes negative 1. All right, so now that we have this value, it's pretty easy for us to start solving for b. So I get negative 1 minus 15. It's just the same as negative 99/7 equals b minus 16. I'm going to add 16 to both sides. And that's going to become, well, before I do that, I want to make sure that my denominators are the same. So I'm going to figure out, well, what's negative 16 if it had a denominator of 7? So that'd be negative 99/7 equals b minus, let's see, 16 times 7 is negative 112/7. So 16, if I multiply by 7/7, becomes negative 112/7. Now that these denominators are the same, it's going to be much easier for us to move this value over to the left. So if I add 112/7 on both sides, then I get 13/7, and that's what b equals. Now that I know what b equals, I can plug it back into one of the statements up above to find a. So I have to think to myself, well, which one's going to be most helpful? And as I read through, I think about this function, I think about this function, but this final statement is really the piece that's going to help. The product of a and b is 65/7. So that means that our a value times our b value equals 65/7. I know our b value is 13/7. So a times 13/7 equals 65/7. And so I'm going to multiply both sides by 7/13, right? The reciprocal of that here to figure that out. So if I multiply this by 7/13, it cancels, I just get a. If I multiply 65 by 7/13, the 7s will cancel, and I get 65/13. And if I was to simplify that, I just get 5. A equals 5. If you have another problem or a question from your math homework you'd like me to go over, please add it in the comments.